Welcome to World Facts. So this time I will discuss interesting facts about everything in the world for those of you who want to know. Let's watch the following video.
Almost everyone needs a job to make a living. Every day, people would go to work to make a living to make ends meet. Unfortunately, not a few workers feel bored with the work they have. Some people even often complain about the work they do. Finding a job that matches your interests and skills is not easy. However, we should be grateful for the jobs we have, because we can still work in a safe and friendly environment. The reason is, there are still many people out there who are struggling with dangerous, high-risk jobs. These people work for a living in fields where death is one of the risks of the job. The following are some of the most dangerous types of work in the world that are full of risks of injury, even life-threatening, according to the Reader's Digest website. Tree lumberjack. The first type of dangerous work is logging. With a mortality rate of 97.6 per 100,000 workers, loggers are the most dangerous occupation. Most injuries come from contact with machines such as power tools, heavy work, or even being crushed by a log or fallen tree. Not to mention the weather, which can get worse at any time and the working environment is far away. Industry experts are still exploring ways to make logging safer, such as promoting safety measures and recommending safety equipment. Fisherman. The second type of dangerous work is fishing. Don't imagine fishing is the same as fishing with friends. Because in reality, the work of fishermen is even more challenging and dangerous, far from relaxing. This work can even cause casualties that are not small. Causes of death are usually due to weather conditions, drowning, collision, shipwreck, and storms. There is also the possibility of injury from falling on slippery decks, unexpected large waves hitting the decks, or malfunctioning equipment. Offshore oil miner. The third type of hazardous work is offshore oil mining. Working in the middle of the sea, long duration of work, being away from family for a long time are some of the risks that will be faced by workers in offshore oil mining. Offshore oil workers also sometimes have to work 16 hours straight. They can even go without sleep for a day or two. This condition certainly affects their physique. Not to mention the risks that threaten safety, such as fire, explosion, drowning, and accidents caused by tools. Steel workers. The fourth types of hazardous work are steel workers. You've probably seen the iconic image in which a group of construction workers are lounging on steel beams 850 feet above a city street. Just by looking at this picture, we can already imagine what risks can occur from this work. Working with iron and steel beams and cranes all day has its own dangers. Regardless of the heavy and massive materials they use, a large proportion of the 23.6 deaths per 100,000 workers are caused by accidental falls or slips. Underwater welder. The fifth type of hazardous work is underwater welding. Underwater welding is one of the most dangerous jobs in the world. This is inseparable from the work environment, which is under the sea. They are required to dive for hours underwater with the risk of drowning. A person working in this field will repair pipelines, ships, dams, and more, while enduring high water pressure. Even so, the pay for this work is also fairly high. Miner. The next type of dangerous work is mining. There is no doubt about the dangers of this job, because we also often hear news about accidents that occur in mining areas. Mine collapses, chemical leaks, fatigue, falls, electric shocks, toxic fumes, and heavy loads are some of the hazards miners have to face in their workplaces. War reporter. The last type of dangerous job is war reporting. Journalists covering the battlefield are the same as they are at war. Because the terrain they are going through can threaten their safety at any time. Serving in areas of conflict or war is not an easy matter. War reporters are faced with various possible dangers, such as kidnapping, torture if caught, even death. Even though there has been an international convention that journalists should not be the target of war, journalists are still victims.